Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sonoma Strong Virtual Healing Fair. My name is Sherry Pedrioli, and I am the founder of Holistic Choices Incorporation and the co-founder of Sonoma Strong Healing Fair. Sonoma Strong Healing Fair and Holistic Choices are nonprofit organizations that provide to our communities free healing fairs, education, compilation books, as well as many other things for our community. And if you want more information, please go to our website at sonomastronghealingfair.com or choicesbookseries.com. And what else? Tonight, I am actually thrilled to have our presenter, Miss Dottie Shields, here. And she's going to do a little bit of tapping with us to release maybe some of the stresses and traumas and stuff that we're dealing with this COVID situation. So if you have any questions for Dottie or myself, please put them in the chat box, and then we will get back to you after after Dottie's presentation. So right now I'm going to turn this over to Dottie and let her tell everybody a little bit about herself and what she's going to do for us tonight. Welcome,
Hi.
Dottie.
My name's Dottie Shields, and I'm an EFT practitioner and an acupressurist and a retired registered nurse. I was a nurse for 40 years, working in critical care and emergency rooms. And now I am in the holistic field. Very happy to work with people who have stress and pain to help relieve that. My passion would be to help nurses, and I haven't reached out to them very much yet. So, and I've had other clients that are just as enjoyable as nurses, but not quite as resistant, perhaps. I discovered tapping in 2014. I trained with a local guy in Santa Rosa named Rob Nelson, who has a school and a certification program. And I have found this was the missing piece for me as far as self-care and discharging a lot of my unwanted emotions, the ones that were so painful. And I'm going to talk about what it does in the body. It's been around for about 35 years, and it's something that's definitely coming into popularity. And what it does is it helps mitigate the adrenaline response that people have to stress. When we were being chased around by lions and tigers and bears, oh dear, way back when, we needed our sympathetic nervous system response. That's what produces insulin, and that's the fight or flight response. So you can run real fast and be very focused and have enough wind to get where you're going so you're not going to get eaten. Nowadays, we most of the time aren't assaulted by lions and tigers and bears. There may be hoodlums out there, but most of our stress comes from living in a high-paced world. And so we still have an adrenaline response. And part of the problem is we do not know how to turn it off. And that's what tapping can help with. When you tap, you're actually connecting with meridian endpoints that acupressurists and acupuncturists know about. And you're stimulating the nervous system to recognize that there's a pause that can happen. If you think about when you get real stressed or real upset or something, and you're still kind of jittery and everything, and eventually it kind of calms down, and then you take a sigh, that's when your adrenaline response is stopping and your parasympathetic nervous system is kicking in. And you can do the same thing by tapping. I happen to like deep breathing. I find it very relaxing. And the tapping helps with the relaxation also. It's like putting a little tiny plunger in the toilet of your meridians, and it helps move stuck energy. The beauty of tapping, I have found, is that when I talk with it, and I'm saying, this is what I'm feeling, this is the attitude I have, this is the decision I make, this is how I feel bad about myself. Then when I start tapping, stuff starts moving, I start yawning, which allows me to deepen how involved I am with the feeling, and so my truth-telling gets even more precise. And it's when you tell the truth and you're moving energy at the same time that something shifts inside of you. A lot of our problems are caused when we're little by decisions we make when we're little children, dependent on our parents, easily scared, easily traumatized. And then we often spend the rest of our lives undoing all that damage. When you're an adult, you have a different perspective on things and you can reform decisions so that you are not as reactive to your environment. And it's really helpful if you can stay out of reacting to your environment. And tapping has helped me do that. I react to my environment. I'm very empathic. And then I can start tapping. It's like, okay, I don't have to feel this way. I don't have to react to this. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get there. I don't remember to tap right away. And I find it very effective. Right now, we have the extra added stress of this COVID virus and self-quarantining and having to wear a mask outside and having to be very conscious of hand washing and what did I touch that I might kill myself with later if I don't wash my hands right. And everybody, it's great there's no traffic on the road. I love that part. But it'd be nice to have traffic, meaning that businesses are open again. I'm aware of how many businesses are going to fail. And because I am an empath, I tend to pick up a lot of people's feelings. There's a lot of fear out there. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's anger. I tend to pick up anger easily. I resonate very well with it, having grown up an angry person. And it helps me to tap because I can discharge some of that anger, especially if it's not mine. So I wonder how many people have experience with tapping. I know Carrie does, and Debbie does, okay. Deanna is a new person to tapping, I think, and Sherry knows about it, and I don't know if Patrice knows it, or Marie or Kathy, the other two people on the calls. And I don't know if they'll show themselves so that I can, their videos are off. That's okay. So there is a sequence of points that we use when we start tapping. We start by tapping on the side of the hand. This is called the karate chop. And this is where you do a setup statement. Even though I have this issue, and now we start injecting some positive, I love and accept myself. Even though I have this issue, and I have some feelings, and I have made decisions, and I have pain points, and I have different emotions, I still love and accept myself. And you can say it one more time. You can customize it to what's going on with you. And then you start tapping through the points. There's the top of the head, the inside corner of the eyebrow, that's a bladder meridian. The corner of the eye is gallbladder meridian. Under the eye, and this is all on the orbit bone, is the stomach meridian. Above the upper lip is the end point of the governing vessel, part of the central channel. In the chin crease is the end point of the conception vessel that comes up from the pubic bone up to here. Then we go to the collarbone, which is my favorite spot because it's kidney 27 is the master U point in the body, and it directly affects a lot of the organs in the body. And then under the arm, slim people can reach around. I tend to go this way, and it's about a hand width below your armpit that you tap. It's the end of the spleen meridian. There's other points you can use that I don't, just because I forget them, like wrist points. Some people do wrist points like this. Oh, new bruise, great. Other people use a liver point on the front of the body, and then there's other points. I just used a simplified pattern. And if I'm driving and I can't reach things, then I just skip them, which works out fine. So what I'm going to do is address the, Debbie's asking about emotions that are not yours. I am very empathic, and if I'm around somebody who's especially angry, and I carry a lot of anger, I tend to resonate with that anger. So then I find myself really ticked off and I don't even know why. A lot of us are, especially if we're in the healing arts, we are empathic. And depending on your upbringing and stuff, you may be more sensitive to the feelings that some people carry that you kind of match with. You know, sadness, grief, anger, fear. Fear is a big one. It's easy to get kind of hooked by somebody else's fear, because we all have fear buried. Does that answer your question, Debbie? Okay, good. And it's just, there's a way out of feeling the way you're feeling, especially when the feelings are uncomfortable. You just have to tell the truth. And then you stimulate your system to moving them along. So I'm going to focus tonight on the stress of being in this COVID virus thing with all the self-isolation, self-quarantining, can't hug people, have to stay 6 feet away. Our bodies need hugs. We are animals that need touch. I have 2 cats and a dog, so I have something to touch, and they love me back. It's different from getting a full body hug from another person. So I hope a lot of you have somebody that you can hug without being afraid that you're going to get sick. And then there's all the fear of businesses failing. I mean, how many of your favorite restaurants are going to go under because they don't have any business? Or mom and pop stores or something like that. And I just saw in the news today that the Small Business Administration doesn't have enough money for small business loans or bailouts. I'm going to go a little political here. I know the rich people have certainly gotten their bailouts first. Isn't that wonderful? So there's a lot of feelings in the world. So does anybody have anything real specific they want to work on tonight that we might start with? Or otherwise I'll just jump into the stuff I pick up about what you're feeling about the COVID virus. I'm intuitive, so I tend to pick stuff up. You can put it in the chat. Perhaps not. Okay. Good. Then I'm going to start. And I'll be watching you and watching your faces, and I'll pick stuff up. So if you hear me saying something that, oh, I just thought that, that's because I'm intuitive. Okay? So we're going to start on the side of the hand here with even though. Well, first, before we start, ask yourself how upset you are, how bothered you are. Do you have any anxiety, anything about this COVID virus thing going on? And if you do, rate it. I've calmed down since I got home from Safeway, so I'm probably at about a 4. And then you can just, I'm a 4 on my upset level right now. So you're a 6, okay. And you're a 3, good. And you're a 3, and you're a 3 too. Good, you're nice and calm. Let's see if I can't stir you up a little bit here. Okay, so even though, hi Karen, all this COVID virus stuff is going on, and we have all these new rules, especially here in California, about we have to self-isolate and self-quarantine. And starting tomorrow, we in Sonoma County have to wear masks whenever we go outside. And I tend to get upset about it. And I forgot to tell you, repeat after me so that you can be stating your truth. Okay. And with all that's going on, I still love and accept myself as best I can right now. So even though I have feelings about what's going on, and as a sensitive person, I may feel a lot of people's feelings, especially the fear that's around. The fear of getting sick, the fear of losing friends and loved ones, the fear of businesses going under, the fear of we don't know what's going to happen. And we don't know how long it's going to last. I still love and accept myself as best I can right now. Because I'm a really neat person. And I care. And even though This caring can lead me to feel extra pain sometimes. Most sensitive people feel the pain of others. I love and accept myself deeply because I'm a good person. And even if I'm not a good person, I'm still love and accept myself deeply. Eyebrow point. All this fear, corner of the eye, all this upset, under the eye, all this uncertainty, upper lip. There's so much going on right now. Chin, and we don't know what's going to happen. Collarbone. This is a new virus out there, and we don't know how it's going to behave. Under the arm. And there's a lot of people dying. Maybe not right here, but certainly in New York. And now in other states too. Here comes my grief. There's a lot of people dying. There's a lot of old people dying without their loved ones at their bedsides. And I personally right now feel really sad about it. So much loss. So much loss. If you find yourself yawning, you've got some releasing going on. Under the arm. All this uncertainty. Top of the head. And I sometimes pick it up. And sometimes I react to it. And sometimes I feel other people's feelings. And sometimes other people's feelings get me going with my own unresolved feelings. I'm human. And I care. And I'm part of the whole scheme of things. Under the arm, I'm an animal in the herd. Top of the head, I'm part of the world community. And the world community that's real frightened needs people that are strong and centered, who can stay centered in the midst of a lot of fear. Upper lip, and I know there's times when I can be that way. Shin crease, there's times when I'm reactive. Collarbone, and there's times when I'm just not as reactive. Under the arm, and sometimes I wonder if it's okay to not be alarming and reactive. Top of the head. It's okay if you aren't alarmed. Faith is helpful. Gratitude for what I have is helpful. Under the eye, the knowledge that we're all going to be okay, if we survive, of course. Under the nose, and the world will be okay. Chin, it doesn't mean that things aren't going to change. Collarbone. There's a lot of changes that need to happen. Under the arm, and I allow myself to be reactive when I am. Top of the head, and I allow myself to have my feelings. And I allow myself to find ways to help me deal with that, breathing, tapping, meditating, praying, whatever that might be. Because I'm a person that cares. Under the eye, and I'm a person willing to be in my community or communities. Nose. And I have compassion for myself and others during this stressful time. Chin crease. And I can take a deep breath and allow myself to unhook from the adrenaline response. Collarbone. And I can tap to help me unhook from it. Tapping charts are available online if you don't remember all the spots. Under the arm. And I can come back to my center at any time. And I have tools to help me with that, for which I am grateful. So put your hand on your heart now, and close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. And check in with yourself and see how you're feeling. Most of you were a level 3 at the beginning. Are you still a level 3? Has not anything come up? Have things calmed down? Just go ahead and feel the heart in your body, the love you have for yourself and the world. And allow yourself to see yourself being a calm in the middle of a storm. And that's one way to serve. And say your name to yourself 3 times silently, so that every cell in your body resonates to the vibration of you. And anything that's not you can shake loose. And you can breathe it out on the exhale. And feel your feet on the floor. Allow yourself to be aware of what your skin is experiencing, temperature, air movement. Notice what your ears are sensitive to. And again, feel your heart in your body. And say to yourself one thing that you're grateful for. When I feel grateful, it pulls me out of my whining state. And say thank you to yourself. And when you're ready, come back into the room and open your eyes. So I'm now at about a 1. How are you guys doing? Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Good. So let's do one more. Good, Sherry. Let's do one more little round for residual on the side of the hand. So even though I feel better, there might still be some residual energy that I could discharge at this point because I really love and accept myself. And even though I may have some doubts about what's going to happen, I have certainty about myself that I can modify my reaction to what's going on. I can meditate, I can breathe, I can tap, I can pray. I can hug a tree. I can say hi to my dog. I could hold a rock in my hand. I could say hi to my kitty cat. Pet my kitty cat. Because I really love and accept myself and how I feel. Eyebrow. Discharging any residual energy. Allowing any feelings that are going to come up tonight to come up. And I can experience them instead of fighting them. Top of the lip. Recognizing my strengths. Chin crease. Recognizing my weaknesses, so-called weaknesses, as flip side of strengths not quite mastered yet. Collarbone. Recognizing that I'm part of a whole group of people and that I am more than my body and my personality this lifetime. Under the arm, and that there's a greater force that I can align with. It's a very loving force. Top of the head, called God, the force, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, whoever. Eyebrow, we live in a friendly universe, complete with kitty cats. And we have lots of spirits without bodies available to help us. And I'm very pleased, top lip, and grateful, chin crease, that I have spiritual help. And I'm in a good community, or communities. Under the arm. And I love myself. Right now. Hands on the heart. And so it is. Couple of deep breaths. And when you're ready, come back to the room. So how are people doing? Good. I'm at a 0 now. I feel good. How are you doing, Karen? Good. How about you, Diana? And Sherry's asking me to let you know how to get a hold of me. My website is not up right now. I can give you my phone number, which is 707, my cell phone, 569-4489. And I work with people individually. This is one of the few groups I've worked with. Thank you, Sherry. And I find it exciting just to hold space for people to get their stuff out of their way. and it's how I serve. Thank you. And thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Dottie, for that wonderful healing session and the additional information that you provided us. I am Diana Borges, the other co-founder of Sonoma Strong Healing Fairs. And this is our first online virtual healing fair, but we have conducted 3 other ones in the past. And the first one was in 2017 when the wildfires came through our area. I would like to share with you our contact information. Our mission is on your screen, and our website is sonomastronghealingfair.com. If you want to contact Sherry or I, you can email us at info@sonomastronghealingfair.com. And we have our Facebook page, Sonoma Strong Healing Fair. And now we also have a YouTube channel, Sonoma Strong Healing Fairs, that all of these replays are being posted on. So every day in April, we are holding a presentation, group healing like what Dottie just did, or an exercise class for people to help cope with our current COVID-19 and related situations, or just to get up and exercise. Our current schedule is up there, and tomorrow at 8:30, you'll see Richard Gillespie, he goes by Dr. J. We'll be doing a presentation on the chakras using a PowerPoint. That's at 8:30 in the morning, and this is Pacific Daylight Time. And then on Saturday at 7 o'clock at night, I will be doing a heart access healing session, which is it's a healing and expansion of your energy, your consciousness modality that I've come up with. So like I said, all the replays are being put on our YouTube channel, but you can access them also through the Sonoma Strong Healing Fair page. There's a link there. So I thank everyone for joining, and we hope to see you next time at some future event. Thank you.